The eagle's shadow, Khabib's dominance, Khabib Nurmagomedov. The name alone sends chills down the spines of fighters. He retired undefeated. 29-0, a perfect record in a sport as unpredictable as MMA. Khabib's dominance stemmed from his grappling. He wasn't just winning fights, he was dismantling world-class opponents. Khabib's style was relentless. He would take his opponents down, he would control them, then he would unleash ground and pound. It was a thing of beauty for grappling fans. It was a nightmare for his opponents. His style transcended traditional Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It was something different, something special. Sambo, not BJJ, the roots of a grappler. Khabib Nurmagomedov's journey in martial arts is deeply rooted in the traditional Russian combat sport of Sambo. People always ask me, Joe, did Khabib use BJJ? The curiosity is understandable, given his dominance in the octagon. The answer is complex. He was a master grappler, but his roots were in Sambo. This foundation set him apart from many of his peers. Sambo is a Russian martial art. It was developed in the early 20th century for the Soviet military. It blends wrestling, judo, and striking. This combination makes it a versatile and effective combat system. Khabib trained Sambo since he was a child. He even wrestled bears. This unusual training method built his resilience and fearlessness. His father, Abdulmanap, was his coach. Abdulmanap was a respected figure in the world of martial arts. He instilled in Khabib the importance of discipline and pressure. These values were crucial in shaping Khabib's fighting style. Khabib's Sambo background gave him a unique advantage. His techniques were honed to perfection. He could dictate where the fight went. His ability to control the pace was unmatched. He could take you down and keep you there. His control was suffocating. Opponents found it nearly impossible to escape his grip. Pressure and control, the keys to the kingdom. These are the fundamental principles that define dominance in the world of mixed martial arts. Khabib's grappling was all about pressure and control. He mastered these elements to perfection. He used chain wrestling to take opponents down, seamlessly transitioning from one move to another. Chain wrestling links together different takedowns, creating a relentless sequence of attacks. It's like a flow chart of pain, each move leading to the next with precision. Once he got you down, it was over. His control was absolute. His top pressure was legendary, suffocating his opponents. It felt like a bear was on top of you, unyielding and relentless. He used wrist control to break down his opponents, neutralizing their defenses. He would trap their arms, leaving them vulnerable. He would make them carry his weight, draining their energy. It was exhausting to defend against his relentless pressure. His style was methodical and brutal, a calculated dismantling of his opponents. He would soften you up with punches, each strike wearing you down. Then he would look for the finish, often securing a submission to end the fight. Section 4. Dagestani handcuffs and leg locks, tools of the trade. Khabib had some signature techniques. The Dagestani handcuff was one of them. He would trap both of his opponent's wrists behind their back. It was a position of utter control. From there, he could rain down punches or attack with submissions. He was also adept at using leg locks. He would attack the knees and ankles. His leg locks were a threat from everywhere. He even submitted Conor McGregor with a neck crank. His grappling was versatile and dangerous. He was a true master of his craft. Section 5. Lessons from the octagon evolving your BJJ game. So, what can BJJ practitioners learn from Khabib? A lot. His approach to grappling and fighting has revolutionized the sport. Khabib's emphasis on takedowns is crucial. He seamlessly blends wrestling with BJJ, making his takedowns almost unstoppable. In BJJ, you start on the ground. This is where the game begins, and mastering this phase is essential. In MMA, you have to get the fight there. Transitioning from standing to ground is a skill that Khabib has perfected. Khabib's chain wrestling is a masterclass in takedowns. His ability to link moves together keeps his opponents guessing. His focus on pressure and control is also key. Khabib's relentless pressure breaks his opponents mentally and physically. In BJJ, you want to dominate your opponent. This means controlling their movements and dictating the pace of the match. You want to control every aspect of the fight. From positioning to transitions, control is everything. Khabib's top pressure is something to aspire to. His ability to maintain top control is unparalleled. His use of wrist control is another valuable lesson. By controlling the wrists, he limits his opponent's options. Controlling your opponent's wrists opens up submissions and transitions. It creates opportunities to finish the fight. Khabib's legacy goes beyond his undefeated record. His techniques and strategies have left a lasting impact. He changed the way people think about grappling. His approach has influenced countless fighters and coaches. He showed the world the power of Sambo. Integrating Sambo with BJJ and wrestling, he created a unique style. He inspired a new generation of grapplers. Young athletes now look up to him as a role model. His impact on the world of combat sports will be felt for years to come. Khabib's influence is truly timeless.